Hey YouTube, this is Ben Yessel. Sorry, thought I'd mention, just, this is not a intellectually hard thing for me, what I'm about to mention, but it's, spiritually, it can be a little bit more, involved in a kind of way. So I've just written music-wise, no words, but music for a church hymn. And in case you guys are wondering where I'm going with this, this year, my church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or LDS Church, or whatever, there's a call for, among all members of the church, new music for a hymnal. And each of us can write up to 5 pieces and submit them for consideration into the new church hymnal. And, it's just kind of, there's a lot of things that have been going through my mind about this announcement ever since it was made in the summer, around July or so, June, July. This year, one of my thoughts is, there's 16 million Mormons, and I don't know how many hymns are going to be the new hymnal, but probably less than 500, because we have a little bit different rationale in some other churches about the size of the hymnal. It very well be more than the old one, which had only, I think, about 341 or so. And many of those tunes many of the melodies used were already, there's some hymns that are other Christian, whatever groups sing, or churches sing, and some melodies were written by classical composers, and that sort of thing. And it's just, we have a few patriotic things in there, so it's just kind of, I'm not sure how they're going to structure everything in the new hymnal, but it's a different kind of thing. It's the first things that come to mind for me are very sublime kinds of emotions, or really deep, soothing, or those more soothing kinds of feelings, or something, maybe, I don't know, something definitely very positive in nature, but there's kind of a window of arena of emotion that I think is a little bit more commonly used with hymns, or this is hard to explain. Sometimes strong emotion isn't as appropriate, of course, in a church setting, particularly in some respects, with some emotions, my church. And obviously, we would never do dark music, of course. That's not at all Mormons do in our churches, but it's just, and we don't do the hand clappy thing so much either. Not so much. Not really, no. It's, if you look at the music of older, sometimes it's a little bit of the older European stuff, or the more conservative older stuff from Methodist, Presbyterian, sometimes Lutheran or Catholic, but Methodist, that kind of ballpark, right, is really where we kind of come from. If the music we use in church services, and that those hymns are very different from other music that we might use in a church setting, but maybe not necessarily sacramenting. And then we also have, additionally, fewer hymns that are even used in the temple. Well, that's a different story. So it's just a lot that goes into making a hymn that I think is kind of hits the right notes that kind of too many use that word, hits all right. Yeah, it's just a different kind of composition, and it's so short. It's physically very easy to write, or it just doesn't take a whole lot of physical work, but it's so. So because again, it's not just strong emotions you're going for. Rather, it's very godly sentiments and trying to. It depends on the words and things. Some melodies. I'm just writing stuff right now. It's just music, no words, but it's music that will want to build someone up, or help them to live better, help everybody live better, right? So it's a very different kind of process. And so when it comes to harmonies and things, we definitely use a lot of major triad, if you know what I'm talking about, major triads, and to a much lesser extent, minor harmonies and things, or at least but you won't see a whole lot of sharps and flats, if that makes sense. It kind of stays within a major scale for the most part. I know I'm getting into the theory end of it now a little bit, but it's anyway. So aside from that, I might make another video tomorrow, but I just mentioned a few things to one of my horn colleagues that I think was really great to mention to this person, by the way. And it has a lot to do with the need for us to express thoughts and feelings and sometimes pent-up emotions in such a way that, it's we can do justice to our thoughts and feelings when we've had them, and we can word them in such a way that we know who we're talking to, and like an email setting, and how they'll respond. But more on that tomorrow. I'll get more on that tomorrow. But it is important, I think, for all of us who have any kind of emotions that are pent up, even if there's a lot of it or not very much of it at all. It's important to get that stuff out. And sometimes it's just a question of how you say those things and who you say them to. And in sorting them out a little bit. Because if you don't do that, those things can build up with time. And so, more on that tomorrow. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye for now.